On second thought, maybe I'll just ride the teacups instead. Final Destination 3 continues our trek into, okay, which directors' names are the kids named after here? Okay, Jason Wise is named after Robert Wise. But the series is evolving. Now we have a 2-for-1 reference name with Louis Romero, named after Herschel Gordon Lewis and George Romero. Why, yes, I am interested in a double feature of Wizard of Gore and Season of the Witch. While the series creator, Jeffrey Reddick, didn't return for this one, presumably because he was still standing in line for Space Mountain, James Wong did return, who directed the first film, same with co-writer Glenn Morgan, and cinematographer Robert McLaughlin also shot the first, and Shirley Walker continued doing music for the series, but while the second movie expanded on the plot of the first, this one does what most of the series entries do, which is make a standalone story that follows the same formula of someone has a vision, they escape a disaster, this time being a roller coaster accident, and then death chases them, plus Tony Todd will be in there somehow, this time just a voiceover role. We can have some connections to other movies though. Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ryan Merriman were both in The Ring too, and Winstead co-starred with Jan K. Crystal Lowe in Black Christmas '06. Prepare for this one being a movie where death turns someone into cookies. A new use for tanning beds. And it has the same type of opening credits, which will foreshadow deaths later on, such as wishing to be far too big and then you explode, getting your dick stuck in a change machine and copied onto a penny, and the carousel going 500 miles an hour and shooting you into a deep-fried butter stand. This must have been an impossible carnival game since they had to CGI the marble. High schooler Wendy and her friends are enjoying all the rides that only cost 3 tickets for symbolism. Hello, on camera it says die. You're lucky that's the only thing that broke on these rides. They really should have put Colby in this film and not Final Destination 2. This is starting out just like I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. This has a top priority to get to the tragedy fast. I don't even know her name yet, and already she's getting the windy doom signs. What do I care? At least I got to see the previous characters with their stern parents first. All I know about these people is that they're trying to turn their school yearbook into a spank bank. These food orders typically take a while, so that's long enough to get a little bit of relationship drama.
I'm breaking up with him. A couple of weeks after graduation.
What? But why?
Oh. Now, that right there, that'll sell some yearbooks.
Oh right, cause he'll end up in jail 5 seconds after entering college. The most unrealistic thing here is that they won one game and got the biggest prize. No, you need to win 20 half-used erasers and then you get the big prize. I know why this carnival is so happening. They got MC Hammer to play the dancing Six Flags guy. All the teens will show up for this.
You're not a senior. And what are you gonna do about it, Miss Cutest Couple? Rah.
It's a school made up entirely of Shar-Pays. Jeez, do you have enough pictures for the yearbook yet? Take all the photos you want, but you're not gonna top Danny and Sandy flying away from their school carnival, not for lack of trying, like the game police flying away, which triggers the response from Roller Coaster Satan, no joke, voiced by Tony Todd.
You can run, but you cannot hide.
Mr. Bloodworth voices rides in his spare time? What is he? If he's not death, is he straight up Satan? And why didn't you get Malcolm to voice Satan? The idea for the roller coaster accident came from New Line executive Richard Bryant to go along with the theme of the movie being a fear of losing control. Not really a subtle theme since they explain it in the first act.
They say the real fear with these rides comes from the feeling of having no control.
And then they do it again.
I mean, you know, I'm such a control freak, like, I couldn't handle that.
Yes, thanks, I get it. Can't fault the movie for lack of subtlety when the death ride has Satan as a doorman with signs saying he'll see you soon. Just call the ride instant death while you're at it. And they're cluttering this with characters who I would in no way be sad if they died in an accident.
Like this? Want it on the wacky ladder. What's that? Oh, well, it'd be my honor.
Ew.
Oh man, I sure hope Wendy saves all of them. The biggest thing I know about these characters is that they're all ass men. Oh no, don't sneak onto the ride. No, I don't want to see you plummet to your death.
Guess who's back?
I hate characters who definitely have a Porky's Pimpin' Pee-wee poster on their wall. It may say this is Pennsylvania, but clearly it's the Pennsylvania region of Canada, as this was shot on the Corkscrew roller coaster at Vancouver's Playland, and you better get used to riding this. They had to ride it 26 times to get all the shots. We will make every cast member turn into the near-vomiting John Candy in Vacation. It's still shot very well, like the lead up to the plane crash and the car accident in the previous. This makes good use out of the normal mechanics of the roller coaster, but being creepy when you shoot it like a horror film. Minus the fact that the cars are leaking carnival bacon grease. I can't believe an accident didn't happen sooner. All it took was an idiot dropping his camera and cheap duct tape covering the pipes to make it spin out of control and launch people into an empty parking lot. This guy has the right idea. Use everything Tom Cruise taught you. Hold on for dear life like grabbing onto a plane during takeoff. Little do they know that this was all supposed to happen. It's a new genius coaster designed by Jeffrey Rush in House on Haunted Hill. As long as you aim your body towards the big top, you're good. And the sign says not to stand. I bet this is all a vision. Who is causing all these premonitions to happen? So again, she sees everything that happened beforehand. Again, this leads to a panic attack. A fight breaks out, of course, and some people are forced to stay.
Hey, let me out.
Nobody else gets off this ride!
No one else gets off. Why? In this one, I'm like, if a character says the hydraulics are leaking, I don't know, maybe check. Sorry, son, those are the rules. Once the harness goes down, it's against the law to get you off the ride. Maybe it'll be a quick death, though, as when it happens for real, it's way quicker than in her vision. I wish there was a twist where it's all taking place inside my game of Roller Coaster Tycoon. What a bummer way to end the school year. I'm so sad to see them go that maybe I'll consider learning what their names were. It's kind of the opposite of the first, where in that one they all hated poor Alex's guts, whereas here, Wendy doesn't want to talk to any of them.
And if they are up in heaven with Lincoln and Gandhi, do you think they really care about our high school graduation? No, I am alive, and I don't care.
Oh yeah, these characters are hanging out with Gandhi and Lincoln. Maybe she'll cheer up. Nothing like a good yearbook signing in the middle of a storm. God, these characters are straight out of a Saturday morning sitcom.
Here's my cell. That was so nice of us.
The laugh track also died in the roller coaster accident. It is still in the continuity of the others, though.
And I found out about this high school French class. A kid had a vision that the plane was going to explode.
So stay away from buses, exploding computers, billboards, and pieces of metal near a train. Since Tony Todd isn't physically in it, Kevin just automatically assumes death will be chasing them, starting with these two. The writers must already be running out of shtick for the Hilton Express sisters. Not yet, though, because we needed to be reminded again that she's a control freak.
I'm usually such a control freak, but I didn't do enough to stop it. I should have done everything I could to stop it.
Now that we've cleared that up a third time, we can get back to the far superior ending of Yoga Hosers. The writers were very disappointed Julie didn't go up in flames, and I still know what you did last summer, so we'll make sure that happens here. The girls love their gas station big gulps, so you mix that with some leaky lotion, a blistering hot 73 degrees, that's practically the sun, and you'll be doomed only if you pick an ironic song choice. See, they'll be fine. They already showed the roller coaster scene. They'd only die if they played Ohio Players' lesser-known tanning bed of love. I see nothing bad coming of this as long as Wendy warns them.
Hello?
Hey, Ashley, it's Wendy.
Psych. Leave a message.
On second thought, I'm gonna let them die. I hope their bodies are okay. They were voted best breast implants in the yearbook. Okay, that cut was pretty funny. Let's take a break so they can, like, grieve or something.
An accident in California. And the mystery begins. The game is over when the ride begins. Roller Coaster, starring George Siegel. Ride it in Sensurround. Rated PG.
We're back and still grieving the loss of Ashley and Ashlyn.
I so feel this is so my fault.
How could it possibly be your fault?
Seeing women is nothing but fun bags.
Must every entry have a lesser Billy? I can't say I'm really confused about anything yet, because just in case you didn't know that Jason Wise was a reference to director Robert Wise, Robert is his middle name. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here, Kevin Lucio Fulci. I need to talk about Control again.
Before we got on the ride, Jason said, your fear is from a sense of having no control.
Can we please talk about something else, like the weather? The wind is begging you to find another topic to talk about. Though some turns are unpredictable.
That's the last photograph Lincoln posed for. The photographic plate was broken, causing a line that can't be removed.
You haven't gone full conspiracy theory yet.
Look, see the shadow?
There, perfect! Also, what the fuck? So pictures are the key to unlocking the mystery, like the photo of the second where the photographer emphasized the series magic number 180, and the carnival pictures predicting their deaths. Wendy, you watched The Omen before coming up with this theory, didn't you? Now they have to figure out what clues in the pictures will contribute to the survivors' deaths.
Could there be anything in these prizes?
Or what, like he's gonna get crushed by a giant SpongeBob? Hey, SpongeBob lives underwater.
That wouldn't be out of the ordinary for this series. Hell, this is a movie where they get trapped at a drive-thru, which leads to Frankie being hit with a propeller. Excellent. Now Frankie can hang with Gandhi. Oh, don't act like you're sad that Frankie's gone. You're more upset that you couldn't take advantage of the lunch hour 2-for-1 cheeseburger deal. If it makes you feel better, we can use the blood car behind us to dip our french fries in. Even Kevin is getting in on the control speak.
Willful ignorance is surrendering control.
Where did you read that somewhere in Mrs. Brooks' English class?
You, Wendy, it's all you ever talk about. They'll honor Frankie by looking at all his leftover dick pics while scanning through the thousands of other carnival photos.
I was gonna ask her to marry me.
Oof, well, you avoided a giant rejection. So I guess Death knew beforehand that they would escape death? Death is intentionally slacking on the job. Or was Frankie dumb enough that he always just stuck his head near a fan? Kevin has the right idea of not wanting to look at his own pictures, because it might be naughty.
I mean, is it like painful or embarrassing? I mean, there's nothing like up my ass or anything, right?
Do you have a picture at the carnival of a caramel apple up your ass? The one who has it the best is Lewis here. Nothing can take this guy down. He's played by an actor so tough, his name is Texas Battle. Sure, there's signs, but I believe in Lewis. The swords are gonna go into his ass, right? The Final Destination movies have it easy because they already take place in the most slapsticky horror movie universe. How is anyone still alive here? Why would you put those swords above the workout equipment? See, nothing can defeat the Texas Battle.
That's all I know how to do, Kevin. Baby, I just win.
Except for maybe skipping Skull Day. Anyway, someone will scoop up Lewis's brains. We're on the track now. They'll get to mourning Lewis later. There is another returning character that doesn't get talked about.
Osama bin's supervisor wants me to get rid of these pigeons first.
They keep setting off the alarms.
Uh-oh, time for the pigeon's yearly dentist checkup again. We have important death things to talk about. Could you not follow behind us with the forklift? What if it goes in my ass? Okay, fine, we'll hang around even more sharp objects than the gym and drop shit. Why is everyone in these movies a terrible employee? The sign out front says it's been 5 days since devastating forklift, slippery liquid, ladder, and shelf of seemingly endless wood incidents. However, 0 days since a nail gun incident. Let's take a break. Teddy Redmayne really did seem to care about what's-her-name.
It seems like someone's just gone plumb loco with a hammer and a box of nails.
Do you remember when you could sit outside and not worry about the mosquitoes and the killers?
The party's over.
We're back, and they figure that since they saved Ian, it'll skip him and Kevin will be next. I know, I saw the first one.
All right, my dad's here. He's gonna give me a ride back.
Wait, y'all have parents? I just thought it was siblings living together in a house where, oh no, it was Wendy's sister who was the mysterious person who escaped the coaster. How did that topic not come up yet? Just like how finally they decide to look at their own photos where he may be killed by the sun.
It's all out of focus and overexposed.
Like a firework went off in my face?
Cool, so don't go to the 4th of July party and stay away from the sun. Forget the picture, why would you even be going to this anyway? Stay in Alex's cabin for a while, he ain't coming back. She's being careful too. She drives in front of the log truck. But with it being a 4th of July party, that means I can complete referencing the 3 I Know What You Did Last Summer movies in a single review. The fisherman is disappointed he didn't somehow incorporate a loose cannonball in his death scenes. This whole town deserves to go. All the kids are acting like they should turn into donkeys at Pleasure Island. But at least he tries to save Julie. We're okay, people, because Julie somehow has an even stronger neck than Texas Battle. Oof, I got a scratch. That hurt. Death knows how to throw a memorable party. That girl is gone. Whatever. Ian got some really good shit from the teen selling PCP behind the hot dog stand, laced with gunpowder.
You're dead!
Should have predicted the smashing death once he started messing with pigeons. It's 5 months later and Death is over his pounding 4th of July hangover, where we go into alternate ending territory. Actually, there's a lot of alternate scenes with this film. The DVD features a Choose Their Fate special feature, a collection of alternate scenes where they turn it into an interactive movie that alters some of the story and character fates. One of which says that Kimberly and Thomas from Part 2 died when the Camaro owned by Evan crashed into a store, causing them to fall into a wood chipper. Well, more original than a brick to the head, I guess. Then there was a scripted ending where Kimberly and Thomas did come back, and she was supposed to be Wendy's cousin. There's an ending where the final shot is Wendy being run over by a train. There's one where they all live, but they had to go with this one.
The next stop is the end of the line.
Because now Mr. Bloodworth is a Subway announcer, apparently. This does a more ambiguous ending where she has another vision where she and the other survivors, coincidentally on the same train, are part of another tragedy, but when she comes to, it leaves it open whether they made it out or not, but the sound effects suggest they didn't. They're not in the other movies. This one is, fine. It's fine. Just fine. While it's again a lesser version of the first, it still has those moments that stick with you, like the tanning bed death, and the roller coaster scene is fun, but while the tragedy in the first felt very real, this one's like a cartoon. It really doesn't make me nervous about roller coasters. I do like some things about the characters, like how Kevin starts out like a douchey guy who would be among the first to go, but he has a pretty good arc. I like how he and Wendy start out hating each other, but become pretty close. Also, a cover of Love Train playing over the end credits. Cute. What are they gonna do to top this in the fourth film in 2009? 3D race cars, bro.
We have to get out of here.
We're all gonna die.
The 3D event of the summer arrives. The Final Destination, rated R.
Sounds like a chick flick.